Welcome back, welcome back. I shouldn't even be making this video because I'm at work, but it's Saturday and there's literally nobody outside, so we're going in. Let me put you in my pocket because daddy got to work at the same time. Ain't nothing wrong with killing two birds with one stone. Now, what I was just thinking about is relationships because of my last two videos. It seems like that's where the Most High is pushing my brain, or that's where I'm pushing my own brain because of the fake shit in relationships and how men and women are just completely fucked up now. Like, and I don't mean everybody, because everybody, you know what I mean, ain't wildin'. But when it comes to a lot to do with this life, when it comes to relationships, a lot of us are hurt from past experiences, and others are hurt from trauma. And best way the best way I can explain it real fast is this. Scientists found out that whatever you go through in your life, when we're talking about mental shit, we're talking about the effects of the things that happen in your life, all your choices. All these things have an effect on your brain. And your brain has an effect on your DNA, your memory, and all these different things. Now, what they found out, like if you were abused when you were a kid, right? When you have a kid and you didn't fix yourself and learn to work on those traumas and repair your damaged psyche and your nerves and stuff, you stay like that. And when you have a kid, they are automatically going to be born in that frame of mind. Meaning, like I was saying, abuse. If your mom was abused or your dad was abused and they raised you, they may not raise you to be abusive because they took that action to another level of defense where they don't abuse people. They more defend against abusers, and they tell their children to watch out for these people. But when you didn't work on yourself, you push your child to think in their mind, all women are whores, all women are bad, all men are bad, and watch out for them and all of that. So you go over defensive, which then you're telling a child that. So now the child grows up in their brain truly believing what you said because you're their mother, you're their father, you're their most high. So when you label a whole race of something as evil and they did this because that's what happened to you, now you warp that little bit of brain, and that person's already damaged because they have your type of they have your body, god damn it, like your trauma, your all of that. That's why when you can't drink while you are having children, because you'll make a kid retarded, because when you're drinking, your brain is retarded. So it made me realize like why women are the way they are on a deeper level besides what they show them on TV. And like I said, the women explaining to other women about, oh, don't trust dudes because of this and that. Like, we don't realize that another person doesn't even have to tell you anything. They don't have to soup you up. That trauma, whatever your parents went through, the drugs addictions and the drug abuse and the sexual escapades. Like, think about it like this. If you are a woman or a man, doesn't matter, and you are on your lust phase, right? And you're lusting and you're lusting and you're dunking in donuts and you're dunking in donuts. And then you have a baby with a woman during that time by mistake. You're in a lustful mode, she's in a lustful mode. So when you have a kid, they don't know nothing about love. They wasn't born out of love. They were born out of lust. So they're gonna be very sexual when they grow up, no matter how you raise them. See, a lot of parents do that. They wow out drinking alcohol, gang shit, all this, whatever. Then they have a kid, they change their lives a little bit, the image of it. They stopped making it noticeable that they were like that. And they clean their lives up, but they never do the mental work. You know what I mean? So when they have kids, their kids grow up, and now everybody sees this good couple or whatever, and their kids are so bad, and they're doing all these things, and the daughter's like running around with boys, and everybody can't figure it out. Like, yo, what is wrong with the children? Why are they so disobedient? It's a new day and a new age. These kids are just bad. No, we are you, and you never fixed yourself, and you lied to us your whole life and pretended that you were never like that. So when I started doing, or us generation, when we start doing things, our parents look at us like, I don't believe you're doing this and all that. What you mean? At your age, you were doing that and worse. Who the fuck are you talking to? First of all, I only had this lust in my heart because of your stupid ass. I only chase bitches because of your stupid ass. Just like women, they're running around getting Dunkin' Donuts, and they don't even realize, a lot of women, I had women tell me, I don't know what's wrong with me and why I can't stop like wanting to chase after dudes, and I don't want to be a whore, but it's just fun and exciting and all these things, but then I know it's really bad, and then I feel like shit afterwards. And I always talk to them, and somewhere along the line, their mama has all the same traumas, and they never got over it, and they taught their daughter, this is normal. This is what it is. You're allowed to do this. And it brings shame upon your soul. That's what the whores, when they talk to me about what they feel after they do it, that's what they didn't understand, the feeling of what they were feeling. They were feeling shame because they know they're wrong, but it feels good. Just like when it comes to treating men bad and acting crazy to men and acting like a man, like I said in my last video, most women have this trauma from back in the day, and it's in their DNA, in their minds already, whether they're being told or not, to be on guard from men. They watch videos, they watch old movies when they couldn't do anything. And I know it to be true because when I looked at how my people act, they say that like slavery had a very big effect on us. And as a black man, it's not in that slavery now, and I have all these weird things about my mind and about the world. Like when I was younger, I was like afraid to go outside. The fuck? How the fuck are you afraid to go outside as a kid? Because you don't want to be around people. And I had my own people. I was around black people in the hood. I didn't want to be around nobody. Like, it was weird. Confidence and the will to push to want to do good things. Like, what do you know having a fight with yourself about doing better for yourself? Knowing that's the right way to go, but you're like, I don't know if I should. It's because we got held back from reading. We got held back from everything where those things ain't cool to us. So to learn how to read, I had to actually find stories and things that interest me already, and that's what made me read. Rapping. If I never learned how to rap, I would have never learned how to read more because I wanted to be a better rapper. You get it? Like, you have to overcome these things with other things and break through these fucking these generational curses. Generational curses is just your DNA rewired a certain way, and you have the power to rewire it back another way. Scientists say this. This ain't spiritual. I'm telling you what scientists say. So, it's funny that my father says the same thing in his book 2,000 years ago. It's really funny. But, yeah, man. Like, it's not hard to see why women are the way they are in certain ways. And I'm not vouching for them completely. Like, they have control and they know right from wrong. And it's not an excuse, but also, like I said in my last video, women have nothing else to model themselves after, so they model themselves after us. And then when they got free, like if you really watch when women got free and the rights and everything, they wanted to be the best men. They didn't want to be the lying, cheating, cornball working at McDonald's and shit. They wanted to be president and run companies and build things, and they wanted to see if they could be a part of the more important society than just, the woman sitting home making a fucking sandwich and shit. They wanted to join the real shit and become real men, not be men. They wanted to do what men did. And then that's when the trick came in, and they started to trick women into being men with the feminism and all that. That feminism shit is just you telling you, think like a man and push for more power. Pushed for all this power, all this freedom, and there's not a woman I talk to that isn't mad they're free. Because now you gotta work, and no one's gonna take care of you. You're the man, and because you're the man, you have to work real hard. And because you work real hard, you're really aggressive and tired. So you'll never be able to have an old school relationship and make a man feel good. Like, rub his feet and all that. And, rub his back because he came home hard from work. Why? Because you came home from work hard. You want your fucking feet rubbed, as you should get your feet rubbed. But if everyone's trying to be a power couple, no one's gonna have enough energy to pamper each other. That's why you're supposed to use the money y'all make and go make other people pamper you and pay them to do those things. Like, I was talking to this older lady, and she's from Spain originally, and she's telling me how her relationship works, and it was amazing because she is talking about the way to the new way, like how women are independent and it working. And she made it work though, because the man she's with is not like an alpha. He's not one of those older traditional men that are like, oh, I gotta be the breadwinner and I gotta do all that. No, his wife has the business. His wife was the shit when she met him, and she picked his ass up off the low life, you know what I mean, and brought this nigga up. And what did he do? She's told me I'm taking this shit. Like, I'm definitely gonna use this for when I get married. She said what makes our relationship work is the fact that my husband knows and lets me be who I am. I'm the businesswoman. I do this. I run around. I ain't got time to make you dinner and all that shit. And when I come home, I want my motherfucking feet rubbed and all of that. And I was like, yo, I respect your grind because I see you grinding. Like, I get it. And I'm trying to think in my head, how's this nigga deal with that? And then it made sense because he's not an alpha. He doesn't have the same outlook as me. He sees his woman for what it is, and then he sacrificed. Like she said to me, she said, what makes our relationship work is because since I'm the breadwinner, there only could be one. One of us got to be home and deal with the daughter and all of that shit. And my husband told me, he's like, what's the one thing you don't like to do around the house? And she said, I don't like washing dishes. I'll cook for you. I cook for you whenever I can, or, most every night. But I ain't never washing dishes. Like, I'm not doing it. And her husband, for 20 years, she's never picked up a dish in her life. She said even when they go to other people's houses and they eat, he'll pick up her dishes and everyone's dishes, and he'll go in the sink in someone else's house and he'll wash everyone's dishes. Because that's what a woman used to do back in the day. Your woman didn't get up and clean your plate. Your woman cleaned everybody's dishes, no matter where she was, if she was really a good woman. And he does that. But in return, he gets to go and do anything he wants. His wife owns a business and a house, and he gets to live as a beta male, which is not a bad thing, because he's a softer man. I've actually talked to him a little bit. He doesn't really speak a lot of English, but I observe him, and he's a softer man. So I'm like, yo, that nigga winning. Like, I understand now. If you're not an alpha, you need a beta type woman. If you're an alpha woman, you need a beta type man. And if you're going to be an alpha and an alpha, because both of you are on your mission, it's a sacrifice. I realize no matter what, everybody could be with anybody. alpha, beta, alpha. It doesn't even matter. I thought only the opposite had to work. And when I seen her explain this shit, I said, yo, she broke all them curses of what all the stereotypes, and they're living, they're good. You know what I mean? So I was like, that's a lesson learned for me, and how to sacrifice certain things because of who you are, and you don't have to change. And I was like, that's what's up, because that gives me hope on if I find a woman, because I consider myself, I used to say alpha and a beta because I never understood there was others. And there's this thing called sigma male, which I made a video on it. I think it's my message to myself, or one of these videos recently. I've been dropping like hotcakes. So in that, I showed you what a sigma male is, and a sigma male is an alpha, the best of an alpha and the best of a beta, and he takes all of them. He takes the best of both and he combines it into himself, and he it is what it is. And I realized that means that I'm not like gonna get what an alpha is. I'm not looking for a beta exact woman. I don't want somebody to just submit to me, but I don't want no weak ass bitch. But I don't want no super duper strong bitch over me. So it's like it's in the middle, just like I believe I am. And I realized like that's why it's taken me so long to really get comfortable or find any real woman to be with, because she's gonna be a very rare. It's not gonna be a lot of these people, because it takes time to actually develop into this. Like you could change from being an alpha to a beta and a beta to an alpha. You can go from either one. It's your mind state and it's a lifestyle that you commit to. But like I said, I see flaws in both of them, so I figured out how to balance myself and be more of myself and accept more of myself. Like a lot of the constructs we have in society make us feel like we got to be one way. You're super hard or you super pussy, you this or that. And nah, man, I think a real man is well balanced. I don't care. No, let me rephrase that. Not a real man. I believe there are men that are well balanced, because I'm done with saying what's real and what's not. I'm probably saying more, but you know what I mean. I suggest people start actually looking up psychology on the mind and dealing with heartache and breakups and family problems. Do you understand that you have a phone, and any problem that you have with any single person, a family member, friends, all of that, you can look up doctors. You don't have to watch me. You can look up a doctor that can tell you what's wrong with you, and as you listen to the video, he's going to describe all these things of how you do and how you feel and what you think, and then you get to be like, oh, that's what's wrong with me. All right, now that I know what's wrong with me, then you'll start looking up how to fix these things. Now, when you can't understand what your friends are doing or your moms are doing or your dad are doing, you look these things up, and like what family problems and shit, and they will start describing the actions, and then they're going to say a word like narcissist. Everybody throws that word around and nobody knows what it really means. When you really learn the definition of it, and then you actually go and like start looking at people to see who really is, or yourself, then you'll fucking start seeing that everyone's a narcissist to a certain level, and that's why you need to control your shit and humble yourself every other day, because it's ego. And a lot of us are fucked up because of our parents. They don't know nothing about this stuff. They didn't even know the way they were raising us was like abuse, mentally and physically. Like not super bad physical abuse, just beating me in certain ways or telling me to do certain things that really didn't make sense or ain't gonna help me grow. You stunted my growth. Like you people don't get that. And when you look these things up and you figure out how to not be stunted, you start growing because you start understanding why you feel sad, why you feel like, wait up, this is not supposed to be like this. Am I crazy? Does everybody's family do this? And then when you see that, no, everyone's family is not like this. Only like the people that don't know what the fuck they're doing and think they know what they're doing. The hood shit. I gotta raise you hard and all that hood. Yo, everything about the hood, if you raise your kid in any hood way, you're fucking up. You're fucking up. I swear to you, you're fucking up. And you'll notice when you get older, when you have no control over your kid, you'll notice when you get older and you start to mature and do better and you see that shit is bullshit and then you can't get your kid from it. And now your kid got to go through 30, 40 years just like you did before they start to change it when you were supposed to change, and then they would have started to change early in their lives. And we'd have better families. We would have better friends. And it's because nobody works on these things. Like, most people don't even realize, like, going to a therapist or working on self-therapy is nothing new. Therapy is you talking to grandma. Back in the day, that's what therapy was. Grandma was the oldest. She had all the wisdom. Grandpa had all the wisdom. And they've been through relationships. They've been through life. So when you needed to talk to about real shit, you went to the elders and they would tell you the truth. And then, you know, you would accept it, learn and grow, or you would stay that way, keep doing it, and then have to go back to them when you fucked up the 5th time and be like, what did I supposed to do again? And then they tell you, and then it makes sense, and then you grow, and then that's it. That's what therapy was. Talking to your father, talking to your friends, talking to your brothers, talking to somebody that knew you. But we're ashamed to talk to people that know us because everybody got their mask on and everybody want to pretend, I'm alright, I'm good, I'm strong, nothing could break me, nothing makes me cry, when half the times you niggas be crying every night. Especially women. I feel so bad for women that are stuck with this I'm a man shit, and then y'all secretly go home and y'all cry at night because it's so hard to keep being this fake ass man, tough girl, and then you really want to be gentle and you want a man to hold you and say, girl, it's all right. You gonna be all right, and even if things ain't all right, I'm right here with you, and it's gonna be bad for the both of us. How about that, girl? If it ain't all right, it's gonna be bad for the both of us. We both gonna go through this together. Y'all know y'all want that. Y'all know y'all want to stop arguing. Y'all know y'all don't want to pay all those bills. Y'all women know y'all don't want to deal with all these problems by yourself. Yet, y'all persist on pretending like, nah, this shit don't faze me. Yeah, right. You know you can't talk to your girlfriends about nothing. They gonna tell you the same bullshit. Get your money, girl. Don't worry, you the truth. You the queen. But you ain't living like one. None of your friends got fucking husbands. None of them barely got boyfriends. And they're gonna give you advice just like the dudes. If you trying to get advice from a nigga that never had a relationship longer than fucking 5 years, you're talking to the wrong people. Cause you don't always have to be in a relationship to give good advice. Like me, for an example, I'm not with nobody. But I've been with 3 women back to back to back. I did 2 years with one and right before high school, and then I got into another relationship for 11 years straight right after that. Then after that, I was with a girl for 5 to 6 years, all back to back, maybe a couple of months, you know what I mean, maybe a year sliced out of alone time going into each new relationship. Now, basically, that means my whole childhood since I started dating, I had a girl. And then about the time I was 26, I finally stopped having a girl. I was with a woman longer than your fucking mother married your father. Being with a woman 11 years in this day and age, that's longer than marriages. Marriages don't last that long. Like, you get it? So when it comes to knowing how to be with a woman for a long time, trust me, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And if I don't, how come I did it? How come it didn't? Everybody, well, how come it didn't work? I left them. Every woman, I left them. because shit wasn't working. I couldn't be the way I wanted to be. I didn't know myself all the way, so of course it wouldn't have worked. I was still figuring out who the fuck I am, and every time I would level up to finding myself more, I'd realize the person I was with would never let me be this, because that ain't who they know no more. So what the fuck am I gonna stay with somebody that don't even know me? I'm just gonna torture you. Duh. So yeah, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And I always talk to people about relationships. How I brought that Spanish lady just now. I don't give, all my advice ain't my advice. Some of my advice is most of my advice. Some other people that are successful actually did this shit. They're winning. Is it perfect? No, nothing is. But, hey, how you doing, man? Good morning. We could definitely do a lot better in life. And it all starts with you. Like, literally. You're not going to start getting better and having a better life if you don't change. Like, that's why I used to play the motivational videos all the time. And if you actually go back and listen to all my videos with the motivation, you're going to keep hearing that in all of them. You have to change before your life changes, because you're a vibration. You have a spirit. When you are the same, you draw those people and those spirits and those on that level. When you raise your vibration, your knowledge, your who you are up, when you get more confidence, all those people on that level start coming to you. That's how this shit really works. Like, when I was just starting off and I wasn't feeling good about myself, I attracted a woman that wasn't feeling good about herself, and she was just getting on her shit. When I left her ass and I started remembering, like, nah, dog, you need to feel good about yourself. You accomplished everything you wanted to do, and you said it would take 2 years. It took 8 months. So then I was on my shit, and I started raising up, started doing my thing more. I was working at my second job. I ended up starting that little cleaning thing, jumping around, working, getting extra money. And then I ran into a chick that all she was about is getting money and talking generational wealth shit, and I'm trying to like do some real shit and make my own business. And I was like, well, she already had her shit before or something like that. She was like ahead of the game. And I was like, I started to see then, like, this shit is real, bro. The more you change yourself and push yourself towards these things, you're bringing these people, you're starting to notice these people, and they're starting to notice you. Now they're talking to you and shit. And it's just crazy. Like, I wanted to get back into my rap. Like I've been telling y'all, I've been doing my thing, and I was wailing. And I ran into a dude at Dunkin' Donuts the other day that he used to work in the industry. And he told me he left because it's evil. They be doing evil stuff, and he ain't like it.